Because
I
you're a big
think it
fan of
depends.
templates, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, templating things. Yeah, for sure. I take notes. I keep a jiu-jitsu journal. My training partners, whenever I bust it out, it's like, oh, dear diary. Always make fun of me for it. And when I first started doing it as a white belt, people would take the piss out of me, and then my coach would be like, "Yeah, well, one day, dear diary, we'll be kicking all your asses." So came full circle. But yeah, so I keep notes on. You don't have to annotate your roles. You don't have to like write down everything that happens in a role. But if something key or fundamental, or you get stuck on something, or something is really successful, where otherwise it wasn't during a role, maybe write that down and explore it. Maybe write that down, explore it, and then ask your coach the following session to be like, hey, when I was in this, stuck in this deep half guard, for example, against training partner X, I achieved this position, like I was controlling the sleeve, got the underhook, but then I couldn't progress. What do I do? And then you can workshop it. I think that for me, not only is the act of writing being shown to reinforce learning, but it's also a good reference point to come back to jog your memory. I'll share a little example, and there was a reason I chose that deep half. There's a brown belt at my gym, Ollie, who has a very, very good deep half system, again, inspired by Bernardo Faria. And
I
I've,
hate it.
over the last, sorry?
I hate that position when I'm in,
Yeah,
if
me
I'm
too.
doing it, fantastic. If I'm in it,
Yeah,
it can fuck right
it's
off.
horrible. So I've been trying to pass this dude's deep half guard for the last 6 months. Just every single roll, he puts me in deep half, and I try and pass it. Or like I don't let him put me in. He pulls me into a deep half, and I've been trying to pass it. But over the last 6 months, I still haven't been able to pass it consistently. Every so often I do pass it, but I haven't been able to crack the code and pass it consistently. But over this last 6 months, every opportunity where I roll with him, I make a note of how far did I progress in this position now. Now I'm at to the point where I feel like I'm at the final stages of passing one variation of his deep half, but it's taken me 6 months to get there, right? So that's a way I can be intentional and track progress with just one training partner. Imagine if you do that across all of your training partners. The problem with tracking your progression in jiu-jitsu is, yeah, you're getting better, hopefully, but so are they. So, it's the whole analogy, or the whole dichotomy, if you will, where no matter how fast you progress, they're still progressing. So you can never catch up if the gap's too wide, right? But you can measure your success against them in different ways. Like the example of me trying to pass Ollie's deep half guard. So yeah, I think keeping a journal is important, and systematizing it in a way where you're at least considering mini goals versus different training partners, or weighing up your progress against the partners on different metrics. It doesn't need to be on how many times you submit them, or how many points you score on them, or whatever. It can be in a different metric. Was I able to achieve these grips in this position against this guard? It can be as simple as that. That's a lot to think about, and that's more of an intermediate to I'm assuming advanced approach. So in the early days, simplifying it and focusing on intentional goals across the board is a good way of approaching it.